This was TKO Presents Wrestle, presented by Slim Jim, Chumba Casino, Riyadh Season, and
Come on, man.
Snickers. Mania. But they started the show off with everybody's favorite YouTuber, Speed, and the Vision, Logan Paul and Austin Theory, versus the Usos and LA Knight.
Yeah.
This one, I expected more. I thought Speed was going to do something crazy during the middle of the match. I expected maybe 12 minutes, but we were on the stream for this one. And I think just it never picked up. Like it honestly felt like a pre-show match to me.
Yeah, it was. I was expecting Speed to pull out a spectacular maneuver. He did a cool little backflip from the top rope, but like I said, just never. It felt like a Raw tag match, if we're being honest here. Not really Mania worthy. I mean, it was a big deal that Speed made his debut. Maybe there's some time constraints with the ESPN tie-in. Because if you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't watch, the first hour of each night was on an ESPN affiliate network. The first night was on ESPN2. So maybe that played a part with the short runtime of these first couple matches. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, that's what I wondered with it being on ESPN, if maybe that was the reason for some of the ads and the length of the ads. Like after a while, it was just on ESPN Unlimited. Correct me if I'm
Yeah,
wrong. So
yeah.
why are the ad breaks so long?
Remember when they had like backstage segments during the show and you never got the only ads you would get throughout the show is to advertise the next pay per view or maybe shop WWE. Remember that?
Yeah,
Or when we had video packages for every match. We used to have
that's
that.
what's or even most of the matches. Like there should okay, if there wasn't a video package for this match, sure. There should have been one for Fatu and Drew. There should have been
Yeah.
one for AJ and Becky. There should have been one for Liv and Steph. Like, it's ridiculous.
Well, maybe them not getting a video package showed you what they thought of these matches.
Yeah. And that's what I feel like this whole night one just felt shoehorned or just
The
like it
pre-show.
just never, yeah, pre show never came together. It didn't feel like WrestleMania. And I think it left a bad taste in really everybody's
It,
mouth. And I don't think this was a good way to start it off either.
they had a few bright spots and bright matches on night one. I'm not gonna bury the whole night, but this is I've never seen a phenomenon like this, Micah, where the fans online were watching their watches, watching their stopwatch more than they were watching the actual show. Did you feel like that? It was bad faith.
I think some of it, yes, but there are people that do that every week. There's people every week that go, "Oh,
Why?
well, Dynamite and Collision had this much wrestling on it, and WWE had this much."
This wasn't 35 minutes, so get it out of here. It's only 5 minutes slop. Nobody wants to watch that. Like, well, maybe if you actually watched the match and not watch your phone stopwatch, you would have actually had a good time watching it. I'm fine. You know what? I've said it on the podcast before, Micah. I'd rather have a short match that got in, got out, didn't overstay his welcome, than a 35-minute match that's self-indulgent and kick out of everything. And I'll say this right here: the little 5, 6 minute, 7 minute matches they added on to the major matches when they had them, it meant more when those matches went 15, 20, 30 minutes. It just meant so much more. So I didn't have a problem with it for the most part. I know a lot of people did online.
Well, I'm typically with you, right? Especially when I'm watching Raw or SmackDown. Like, I'm sorry, I don't need to see two guys go 25 minutes. Like, respectfully, that's something that bothers me about AEW. And I know some people are into that thing with AEW, and that's fine. Now, again, if it's MJF versus Kenny Omega, yeah, give me 35 minutes. Give me 30. That's fine. But when I'm talking about,
No,
we got
you can have that. I don't want that.
Well, I don't mind it if it's for a main event, but if we're going speedball versus, I don't know, give me some.
Kevin Knight.
No, I do like Kevin Knight. Well, okay, but yeah, respectfully, I don't need to see a TNT title match on Dynamite go 25 minutes if it's Kevin Knight versus, I don't know, like Dalton Castle. And I like both those guys, but like, come on, man. These two guys are at different levels in the company.
I think if we didn't have as many of those long ads in between the matches, it probably would have been better received as far as the short matches go. But Michael, you go back to the golden age of wrestling. The undercard match is not going 10 plus minutes. It's not. You maybe get 7 minutes, maybe a really, really good mid card match will get 11 minutes, but it's just never been like that in the history of wrestling. I think this is like a new age mindset for fans out there that if you don't have a 25-minute match, then it's not a good match and it's not memorable and you can't get all your stuff in, you can't do all your moves, you can kick out of your finisher, so it's not a good match. But that's not the reality of what wrestling is historically. Like matches aren't supposed to be like that. Maybe your big matches here and there can do that, but like get your point across, get in, get out, and let's go to the next match. But the 5 minute ads after each match, that's what really, really upset me personally, more than the 6 minute speed match, you know?
Yeah. Well, again, I think both things can be true. I don't need everybody to go 25. I do think that this show would have benefited from giving, like, Fatu and Drew, I felt was appropriately timed. The four women tag match I felt was appropriately timed. But like AJ and Becky probably should have got five more, 5 to 8 more. Gunther and Seth, I would have been fine with giving them 5 to 10 more. Liv and Steph definitely should have gotten 5 to 10 more just off the heat of the feud. But like at the same time, not everybody needs to go 25 minutes. And I think that's where you get a lot of the tribalist fans that want to say, "Oh, well, WWE's matches are way too short." And then the other go, "Well, AEW's matches are too long." There's a happy medium because we always talk about during the AEW shows. They go 5 minutes too long, and a lot of times the fans are kind of up and down, and they're down by the time it gets to the end of the match because they were up 5 minutes ago, but now you had a guy get up and hit his finisher, and then the other guy hits his finisher, and now the fans don't know how to feel.
Well,
So,
TKO is gonna make their money back from the acquisition of buy-in WWE. So these ads are here to stay. If you would have had a 20, 25 minute matches like you thought that some of these matches deserved, Micah, can you imagine how long this show would have been? Okay, just picture it now.
I
The
mean,
TKO probably came to Triple H and said, "This is how much ads we have during this show, so you have the obligation to make this work in the time frames. But we're gonna get these ads in, whether you like it or not. So I'm sorry, AJ and Becky, you're going 8 minutes tonight, pal. I'm sorry, Steph and Liv, you only got 6 minutes. Make it happen. I'm not cutting my main event short, and I'm not giving Gunther and Seth 8 minutes. It's not happening. So I'll do what I can do, but that's the reality of the TKO WWE experience. Just look at UFC. It's happening
yeah.
UFC already.
It's just crazy because like again, I get you for Raw. I get a 7 to 12 minute match for Raw. Like that's actually perfect to me. I give you 15 to 20 for the main event, but like the little Ethan Page and Javon Evans from Raw, I don't need that to go 15, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. But I do at WrestleMania think the guys should get a little bit more time. It is the biggest stage. So I don't know. It just did kind of feel a little disrespectful to me to some of the guys and gals. Like AJ and Becky, they've been there forever. And to get 7 minutes, that just I don't know, it didn't sit right with me, but